Okay, in this next sample we're going to learn how to control chain sweeping a little better. For example, if I go to chain sweep and I select this top face, use a 3/8 cutter, because it's just a simple planar face, the U curve or the V curve is planar. And if we just let it go, it's just going to machine that way. Maybe you want the toolpath to flow between here a little bit better. So there's a couple ways you can do that. For example, what I'm going to do is go create some curves. I'm going to go copy that, and that. Oops. And from here, I'm going to project them. So I'm going to go to Curve Projection. And I'm going to window select them. Z positive. To a plane, I'm going to set Show Curves to No, XY. And now I'll hide the driving curves. From here, what I want to do is this. Right now, I'm going to from a fillet to a sharp corner. And I need to have a little bit of a fillet on that sharp corner to have an even number of segments, or to be able to make a nice smooth transition between the curves for my guide surface. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to offset this out. We're going to offset that out to a thinner line style. So I'm going to offset that out maybe 1/8 of an inch. Offset that out maybe 1/8 of an inch. And now what I'm going to do is cheat. I'm going to go to another layer. And I just want simple lines here. I'm going to go from there to there, there to there, here to here, here to here. And you don't really need to do this. This is just showing you ways around stuff. I'm going to trim those together. Trim that to that curve. Trim this to this curve. Do reverse trimming as well. And I'll sew all those together. And now what I'm going to do is add some fillets. I'm going to say I want a little 1/8 inch blend there. And how about a 1-inch blend here? If I look straight at this, you can see my 1 inch is following nicely along my edge. And now from here, I'm going to go make a ruled surface. I'm going to rule between that and that. Okay? The act of doing that is actually going to make the U and V curves based on the two curves that we ruled between. To show you that, if I go to here and go to Isoparametric by Parameter and select it, you can see the U curve, and that's really what's going to guide the toolpath. Okay? From there, let's go to 3-axis, chain sweeping, and instead, let's select this face to machine. Here you can see your U curve. Let's switch it to that. We'll use the same tolerancing and whatever. The only difference here is we're going to go to Project on Part onto that face, or as many faces as you want. I'm going to say End, and say OK. And now here, you can see we're doing a more flow style of machining. Now, just to give you one more example of this, to use UV style cutting but along multiple faces, watch. I'm going to go here and go make some kind of spline. I'm going to offset said spline to maybe there. I'm going to go ahead and make my ruled face. And now we'll go ahead and use that to machine all the faces. So we'll go back to 3-axis, chain sweeping. I'm going to select that face. Let's go along that way. And I'll project onto the part, onto this face, that, maybe that, all of it, right? We'll say OK, and OK. And like that. Probably don't want to dip down the back side, but you get the point. It gives you some freedom to do chain sweeping, but along multiple faces as well. So you have some control of toolpath.